All right.
Welcome.
Okay. Getting
Welcome,
in
everyone.
here. Hello, everybody.
We are doing this. We're finally treading this
Podcast.
territory.
150.
150. It's a lot.
Yes, indeed.
Kind of a
yes, indeed.
big number.
Welcome.
Great to have y'all here.
Ahmed favorite dubs there. There you go.
Gotta throw in a hentai dub on there.
yeah. There you go.
You just gotta.
Yeah. Yes, Rangon. That is true. That is true.
It is
Yes,
indeed.
It is on a poll. Yes.
Yeah.
It's doing quite well too.
It is.
We have a lot of new follows coming in, so let's shout these out. We've got Vale, Lemonade Bird, Brian 1996, Psycho Gamer, Rado Jera, Williv, and Awesome Jay-Z, and Octo Ghost. Thank you all so much for the follows.
Thank you and welcome.
Where's the Tolkien stream or Tolkien Tolkien stream?
That was sarcasm, Amiju.
Yeah, that
it
was
sarcasm.
That was sarcasm. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, it's pretty tough to figure out a way to actually have an in-depth lore discussion without of the Silmarillion, the first age of Middle Earth, without alcohol involved. So I'd say there's more of a chance of accidentally discussing something like that on the Grand Blue stream, Grand Blue reactions, because there is alcohol involved in those.
There we go. We go. Also, I mean, even though the first stage is very like anime-like in a lot of the things that it does,
For sure.
it's not anime, so it's kind of tougher to work it in.
For sure. Hey, Hesso back to you, Savile. Or, Sowell, I think. Yeah. Shy Monkeys with the Twitch Prime for 16 months. Is it Tuesday yet? But anyways, might as well throw One Piece's dub onto the pile. It's pretty good when they actually update it. Y'all will be passing it in a few more months of One Piece streams.
That's what I've heard.
Sweet.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
heard that it is a bit behind.
Yeah. That's probably one of the things that'll be kind of interesting is to hear from you guys some of the dubs that are like things that we've like either seen or have seen only like parts of or just seen in like sub,
Sure.
But it's like, no, this is like one of your favorite dubs and stuff like that. So stick around to the discussion of that once we're done with the discussion and showing of our favorite dubs.
Indeed. Yeah. And before we get
yeah.
into this, our disclaimer is that when we praise the dub for a show, that does not by any means mean that the sub is bad. There is one situation where that is the case. But, and it will be very apparent which one that is.
Yeah, you should already know by us saying that.
Right.
Which dub we're going to be shilling about. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just when that dub is that extra special bit of goodness that really adds something to the experience.
Definitely. And we even have these specified into specific categories of dubs
Indeed.
based on the recommendations.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are like, oh, yeah, I'm not necessarily interested in any of those, that's actually some of the ones that we don't expect you to necessarily like. It's more of like very much ones that we think are more optional in terms of a viewing experience.
We've got dub must, dub preferred, both must, and either.
Right. So dub must is our first category that we're going to be going over. These are all the ones where we highly recommend that you at least experience the dub. It is a must watch for this list.
Like if you haven't, then there's something that you're missing.
That you're actively missing out.
You're
and we
actively
want to
missing
share
out.
that with you.
Right.
The next section is next two sections actually are quite small. These are the dub preferred section where it's like, yeah, we've watched both. And we slightly prefer the dub. Like, yeah, it's a personal preference.
Or maybe even solidly prefer the dub,
Sure.
but you could totally just watch the sub and be just fine.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then the other ones are the ones where they're both very clearly worth watching, both the sub and the dub. And we have no real preference for either one. It's just that they're both worth watching.
Right. Usually for very different reasons.
For very different reasons. Exactly. And then the final category is where it's either.
Right. It's a solid dub.
Exactly. And this is the reality of the situation. There's not that many good English dubs to even look at anyway.
There really aren't.
When it comes down to it, a lot of them are just like, yeah, you don't need to watch the dub at all. But
you
if
totally
you did,
could.
you totally could.
Right.
And usually these are the ones where there's quite a few standout performances in the actual dub. But then if you were to look at the entire cast, not all of them hold up, you know, as well as the highest high of the performances on the English dub.
It wouldn't be something to like change your mind about dubs if you don't like dubs.
Exactly. Yep. For sure. And
But
then
some of these on the higher categories might be.
they might actually. Yeah, they're quite good. So and then after that, we're going to be listening to you guys and discussing with you some of your favorite dubs.
Exactly.
And why those ones are there. So yeah, let's get into this. But before we do, actually, there's something in chat you wanted to shout out.
Yes, that's right. Amaju, thank you for the reminder. Let's just add that to the list real quick. Panty and stocking. Yeah.
Oh.
That is a...
Oh.
Uh-huh. Well, okay.
Was it here? Here?
It'd be on the top. If
top.
anything,
Oh, yeah.
we could potentially just start with that one.
Well, no. Let's put that one in alphabetical order.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Jacob's like, how did I forget? See, I wouldn't have remembered that because I haven't seen that.
There were quite a few. Like even when we were coming up with like, you know, favorite dubs and things like that. And by the way, favorite dubs does not necessarily mean favorite shows. Favorite shows does not necessarily mean favorite dubs, right?
Yep, exactly. Yep.
There might be a lot of overlap, you know,
Totally.
but don't necessarily mean the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we do this, we got to give a shout out to one of our recent VIPs on Patreon, Tamaki. Thank you so much for the VIP support.
Yes.
Good to have you in the Discord. Hope to see you on some of the calls.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, very much appreciate it. Thank you. There's some newer shows coming out recently that are they're good dubs. That's awesome. Hey, Rafflecopter with the tier 2 Twitch sub. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
Oh,
awesome.
that's really awesome. Yeah, you know about the tier 1, 2, 3 of Twitch subs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think we have literally 2 now tier 2 subbers in total. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think I know who the other one is. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, thank you. That's really kind of you. Okay, so we're gonna get into these dubs. Now these are dubs of mostly shows that we've both seen.
Right.
But as you know, Jacob is more cultured than I am, so he has seen more of these shows. There's some of them that I'm not going to really have any particular say on, other than the things that I've heard from Jacob via the reputation of the show. So we're going to be doing these in alphabetical order, starting with these are must-watch dubs. These are must-experience dubs. These are the dubs that you should be shilling to the other reaction channels that only react in dub because, you know, they don't know what's good dubs or what's not necessarily.
And then it might ruin them for all those, but more
Dubs,
importantly.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, do the good work. Do the good work.
Exactly.
You know who I'm talking about. Okay, so first one is one that we have both touted, shouted, proclaimed from the rooftops as being our preferential dubbed anime out there in general. And
Baccano.
not even memeing. Yeah, Baccano.
Yeah, and it's rather fitting that it's on the first in the alphabetical order of all of the dub musts on here. Because if we were to talk about like favorite dubs, like there might be personal like favorites for me that go higher on that. But as far as like the dub that I just generally think is probably the best, it'd be Baccano.
Yeah,
like,
it would be Baccano for sure.
If you haven't watched Baccano, well, one, you're in for a ride.
Yeah, we're going to shill it pretty hard to you here as well.
But like it's such a good dub for all the right reasons.
For all the right reasons. Yeah, go for it.
So the setting is in Prohibition era America, right? So it makes sense that it would be in English, right? You know, there's a whole lot that gets added to it there. Two, this is kind of a surprising thing because a lot of the dubs that came out like, you know, back in the 2000s and things like that always were like Crispin Freeman, Johnny Young Bosch, and Steve Bloom. No, none of them are in this. Like it's largely a bunch of new voices.
Yeah, other than maybe like J. Michael Tatum. Like other than that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, he is.
He's probably the only like you know conventional dub voice actor that you're going to recognize in here.
And anytime J. Michael Tatum is in something, it's pretty much worth watching in the dub.
Totally.
But also the writing of the dub, because like with dubs, it can be really tough for the translation to work and
Yep.
still hold to what was in the original, but for it to not just be like a word for word transliteration, but for it to actually be a translation. So it actually sounds like things that people would say in
Yes.
the language it's dubbed into.
Right. That's the trick.
Bacano does this so well.
And that's the tricky thing to balance is that most dubs, the main problem with them is not the delivery. That was the problem of old school dubs. More
Right.
So nowadays, the problem, I would say primarily, is that you're losing a lot of the original intended meaning in the dub. So when you end up getting a dub that is trying to make it sound like it would be natural in the language and also match the lip flaps, which is a very important part a lot of people
Yep.
don't give credit to dubs for, I really think that needs to be something people think about when they're looking at their, anime is like,
So-
is it actually matching? This one doesn't fully literally translate exactly, the words for word as it would be. It brings it into what you would imagine like 1920s gangster,
Yep.
New York style
Oh, yeah.
accents and everything like that verbiage to be. It's so good.
It's wonderful.
And also, the show in and of itself has an ensemble cast of characters, so you would think
Yeah.
that actually the dub is more hit and miss because there would just be characters that, they kind of fall by the wayside. It's like, but that person's not into the show a lot, so it's not
So
a
it's
big
not
deal.
that big deal. Yeah.
No,
Right.
no.
Not the case here.
No, not the case here. You
Mm-hmm.
might find the one odd voice here or there.
But-
maybe.
But you'd be pressed to do it.
You'd be pressed
Like,
to do it
'cause
almost every single character has a fantastic dub, and then a number, maybe even more than just can fit on one hand, are outstanding dubs. I mean, the dub voice acting community goes and looks at those, and they're like, "Oh my god, like that's some good stuff right there."
So, and this is, again, the sub for Bacano is incredible.
It's really
It is
good.
absolutely incredible. This is one of those ones that was almost in the both must kind of a thing, because there are some fantastic performances in the sub, but it's, oh man, the dub is so good.
Yeah.
And what you were saying about the whole thing of syncing up the lip flaps and stuff, and that being hard. So I'll go on record to say that I got the pleasure to talk with Crispin Freeman at one point, and he basically put it on the same level as opera as far as technical skill required, because you can match the lip flaps and everything, but then you lose the emotion of it, right? And that's a problem. And that's if the translation is good and everything.
Yep.
So appreciate your local dubs.
Yep.
They're doing their best, and the fact that we have great dubs like this is unreal. Like,
Yeah.
these shouldn't exist, I feel like, but they do somehow.
Bacano is a diamond in the rough when it comes to shows, and it is a diamond in the rough when it comes to dubs.
Yes.
It would be very easy to pass on this show and watching the dub, have a great time with the show and the sub, but then just not realize, oh no, this one actually has a dub that is just a cut above the rest. So this is one that is just objectively worth your time.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of ones in here where we're probably going to need to a little bit more convince you because it's more of a subjective thing in our, kind of our
But,
opinions
like,
and stuff.
you cannot go wrong with the Bacano dub.
No.
You just can't.
I just love that that's the first one here.
Yeah,
All
it's so fitting.
So now we're getting into a show that I have seen a good chunk of, but I have definitely not seen the entire show
Right.
of, but I can definitely agree with Jacob that this is a must-watch dub.
If I had a personal favorite dub,
Yep.
it might be this one. So Black Lagoon is a bit of an older show. Came out around the same time as Bacano. Also doesn't have any of like the crazy voices of the day in there.
Yeah.
But for some of the similar reasons to Bacano, it works really well in English.
Yes.
Because, well, most of the main cast would speak in English, you would assume.
Yep.
And because of the setting and everything, with it being like modern day pirates and things like that and going all over the place, it works. It works really well. And also, they upped the swearing in the dub, which really adds to the atmosphere, even though it's, again, one of those things where it doesn't follow the exact verbiage that was used
Yep.
in the sub. And yes, Marika Hendricks as Revi absolutely killed it. It is
Yep.
really unfortunate that she hasn't gotten more roles, because that role was practically written for her, I feel like. Like,
Yep.
she did such a good job with it.
Yeah.
And this was one of those dubs where, okay, also, the second half of episode 7 of season 1, that is like basically my flag that I wave around as for why this dub is amazing. So even if you're not too much of a fan of Black Lagoon, the first 7 episodes are fantastic, and that conversation at the end of episode 7
Yes.
is like the poster child of why I love this dub,
For sure.
and was almost single-handedly the reason why my opinion on dubs changed. Because
dang, yeah.
before then, I was like, I used to very much be like, the dubs are awful and subs
Yeah.
are amazing, right? Because I know a bunch of people love Johnny Young Bosch, but my experience with him was as Ichigo and Bleach and things like that. And
Right.
and maybe it wasn't as bad as I remembered, but I remember those points when I would go to find a Bleach episode and I found the dub instead, and God, it was awful. But after I watched Black Lagoon, that started to change. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit. Like, and I watched the sub first. I watched the sub first for Black Lagoon. So it wasn't one of those things where it was just because I happened to watch it in the dub.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
I watched the sub first as well, and then it was Jacob's recommendation when he went to go check out the dub that he was like, "Oh my God, Revi is just incredible in the dub." So
Yeah.
this is one of those ones particularly where it's a few key characters' performances and their emotion that they bring into those performances combined with the setting of the show that it makes sense really well. And then having watched both of them, I didn't feel like I lost anything in the dub, even though there might have been parts and details that I just don't remember specifically regarding that. The experience overall was one where I would be disappointed if someone said that they watched Black Lagoon in the sub and wouldn't be willing to try out the dub.
yeah, because like after Black Lagoon, that was where I started to be like, okay, but what if I check out the dub on shows too, just to see which one I like more, because I might actually like the dub more.
Right.
And then I ended up finding out that, oh, all my favorite shows I prefer in dub. Huh. Interesting. I guess I like dubs now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, the translation, like there, and this is me a lot just nerding out about Black Lagoon, but there would even be scenes where I would love to like go back and rewatch them in the dub versus sub specifically, because just to see how they translated the line, right? To still get at the same heart of what was being communicated,
Right.
but to say it in a slightly different way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Good stuff.
it's really good.
Next one is one that definitely is not a surprise that it's on this list. And if you think about it in terms of alphabetical order, you're like, okay, now here we go.
Right.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop is a show that I would just say, personally, people have lauded the dub so much that they've forgotten how great the sub still is. The sub of Cowboy Bebop is phenomenal. It's really good.
Oh yeah.
But Steve Bloom and a bunch of the other cast members,
Wendy Lee.
Wendy Lee,
And I forget who Jet was.
yeah, Jet's voice actor as well, really elevated key moments throughout this short show to levels that I couldn't resonate with as much in the sub because I was having to read it. And this is something that I feel like is tough to get at, because this is probably one of the elements that's very near and dear to a lot of us. Is there is this warm feeling you get when you're able to read and hear everything there, and you get this combination of emotions because you're visualizing their words and you're hearing it through the Japanese, and eventually you start to be able to piece it together kind of through the Japanese just by hearing it. But when I watched Cowboy Bebop and there were certain scenes where Steve Bloom would just take me on a ride through my imagination, and my heart would feel things that would basically allow me to shut my eyes and just take in the words as they're being said. And there was something just transcendent in that. And I would say that Cowboy Bebop as a show is one that I definitely like love and appreciate. But the dub in some ways is almost above the show in my mind. Like the dub feels like it's almost even like grander than the show in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of things about the characters that I love and the animation and all that, but God, if Spike Spiegel was voiced by anyone other than Steve Bloom performing so well,
It wouldn't have worked.
it just wouldn't have worked as well.
Yeah, like Cowboy Bebop as a dub is, well, for a long time probably because it's the oldest dub on here that we would really praise.
That's true.
Yeah. It's one of those dubs that like people can't really argue. It's just like even the people that don't like dubs, they're like, Yeah, that is a really good dub. Okay, but that's the one exception, kind of a thing, right? And then afterwards, we get all these other wonderful dubs that that come after. So
Yeah. So we don't really need to show you on Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, it's it's worth it. Go check out the dub.
Yeah.
This next one, y'all, is the one that is the true king of this list.
Yep.
The GOAT, if you will. The dub that all must experience. The dub that could save anime as a medium. It is,
but it's not for the faint of heart.
but it is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
This dub, you know it, you love it, you're
You
terrified
also kind
of
of hate it. Yeah, right.
It's the Ghost Stories dub. Mm-hmm. This is why dubs should not be forced to remain on script with the original material.
Well, within reason.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm
Ghost
memeing
Stories
here.
is a special case, but if you
Yes.
ever the reason the dub must category exists here really is because of Ghost Stories.
because of Ghost Stories.
Because you
It's true.
you literally have not seen the show if you watched it in the sub.
Yeah.
Like you saw the show, but you didn't see what anyone shills Ghost Stories,
wanted
you to see, or specifically here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
indeed.
this. If you ever needed incentive to take improv classes, this is it because they came up with what they were going to say,
Yes.
and oh my God, the things that come out of their mouths.
Yeah.
It will shock you. It will horrify you,
Yeah.
and it will make you laugh like you didn't realize you could laugh before.
Yeah.
Like
There is something wonderful about hearing, improv comedy played out over anime Scooby-Doo characters, basically. And it's just beautiful. Yeah, it's not a dub. It's an official abridged series.
Yep, basically. Like
Absolutely.
You thought
100%.
Dragon Ball Z Abridged was the OG? No, it's Ghost Stories.
Ghost Story.
Like there are so many lines that I want to quote just to show you how amazing Ghost Stories is. I will not say these things in a public place because
you
damn.
can go to YouTube and just look up Ghost
Look up
Stories
highlights.
funny clips.
Yeah.
And none of them are going to be in the sub. Don't worry.
No,
The
yeah.
internet knows what you're looking for. So go. Live your dream.
Oh,
Have
man.
a good time.
Yeah, that's and
Yeah.
to think that was shipped on DVDs for sale.
Mm-hmm.
A company put their brand on it. Like
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yes,
Yeah.
you find that comedy anime have the freedom to take more liberties and have it pay off. It works as long as it's funny.
Sure.
For example, Konosuba, I'll tap your power to live the good life. I'll tap it all day, every day.
yes.
Yes, we're going to get to
We're gonna get to that one. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so this is one that I have a very differing opinion on with regards to the show as a whole from Jacob, but I cannot disagree with regards to his thoughts with the dub. So
Yeah.
take it away, Jacob.
So basically, I have two favorite dub voice actors for the most part. That is Colleen Clinkenbeard, because she's Riza Hawkeye from Full Metal Alchemist, and she's the lead from Wolf Children, Hana. But the other one, my favorite male dub voice actor is hands down Crispin Freeman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you need convincing, all you need to do is watch The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya and The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya
Yes.
in the dub.
Yeah.
As far as like okay, the show, I love the show. Caleb doesn't really care as much for the show.
I
That's
do
okay.
I do like the show, but I don't nearly like it as much as he does.
Right. It holds a very special place in my heart because I just love it. But the dub in particular, like if you wanted to have one character that really just nails their performance, it's this show.
Yeah.
Because, much like in, say, Wolf Children, most of it is one character talking.
Yep.
It's mostly the inner monologues of this sarcastic high schooler that just gives commentary on the ridiculous things that he sees.
Yep.
And there are some bad dub performances in this dub. Like,
Yeah.
I won't argue that at all.
Yeah.
But to hear Crispin Freeman just sort of narrate and monologue about things to you in his sultry, sexy voice, that alone is enough to watch a series.
As a kind of depressed and kind of melancholic high school boy,
Yeah.
he just does a phenomenal job with it.
it's so good.
So this is more of like the voice acting in a lot of ways.
Sure.
Like you just want to know how one voice actor can kind of carry a dub. Mm-hmm. Yeah, watch Haruhi's dub.
Right.
It's quite good.
It's absolutely wonderful, and and all the continuation, awesome stuff. The fact that even for that kind of bullshit spin-off series that was not a season 3 that we got, the disappearance of Nakoto Yuki-chan, I watched that like exclusively for the fact that they brought back the original dub cast, because and then Wendy Lee, if you're a fan of Cowboy Bebop, she does the the titular character in that show. So
yeah.
there you go.
So Haruhi dub must check out.
It's
it's not necessarily going to be your favorite thing or what have you, and we're not even trying to say that it's the best dub out there or anything like that. We're just saying like you're missing out if you haven't heard Crispin Freeman
just
as Kyon.
Go away with the show. Yeah.
Yep. Totally worth watching.
Whoa.
Hey, Rafflecopter with the 5 tier 3 gifted subs?
Wait.
Did you make a mistake and
Hold on.
accidentally click tier 3?
Tier 3 is the yeah.
Wait, this is the person that just subbed at tier 2. What the hell?
Whoa!
Wait,
Whoa!
what?
Whoa!
Wait, what is going on?
Hold on.
Rafflecopter with
Thank
the
you
with
so
the
much.
20 tier 2 community sub gifts?
What?
Wait.
What?
Why does this feel like someone out there is like they just made an account specifically to sub a bunch of people to us?
Thank you so much.
What the heck? Thank you so much.
Wow. That is
my God.
holy shit.
Wow. I
don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either, but thank you so much. Everyone in chat, shout out Rafflecopter 2296 960.
The chattest of mad lads.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. This just reminds me like we need to come up with different magnet sub badges for tier 2 and 3 actually.
That's a good point. Yeah.
We should come up with those.
Or maybe it transcends magnets at that point. Maybe it becomes something else.
Oh dang, yeah, that could be pretty cool.
Wow.
But
again,
wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What
God.
the shit? Hold on now.
Well, everyone in chat is a sub now. That's
no.
I don't make the rules. That's how it be now.
Is this some kind of like
What is
subs are
happening?
better than dubs kind of a thing?
Oh my
We're talking too much about dubs, and now you're like, no.
You need some subs.
You need some
You need
subs.
some subs.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
10. Wait, was it no?
There's
5.
5 tier 3,
Tier 3.
20 tier 2, and 50 tier 1. Rafflecopter, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think we need to
Our
make Rafflecopter.
stream basically is dying now.
Yeah, you're killing our stream with all the
because of
subs.
all the subs. What the hell?
I think we need to make Rafflecopter VIP.
I mean, we'll figure that out for sure. But
yeah, Mr. Beast, is that you? Like,
yeah.
oh boy.
So I wanted to give back on one of the rare times I get to join a stream.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. We're freaking out, and our stream is dying. I don't know what's going on right now. This is
that.
Thank you so much.
I think that is the most subs we've ever gotten at one time from a person.
I don't know, but my god.
Wow.
All right, thanks for
you.
your generosity and hijacking the stream with this wonderful gift. I don't even know what's going on, and now I hope our stream comes back online in some way, shape, or manner, because this is freaking me out, man.
Forget everything we've been saying about dubs. Subs are where it's at.
Subs are where
like just you can just call the stream over at this point, you know?
Thank you.
Like it's all about the subs, I guess. So
oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like our stream is back. All right.
Well.
Hey, Rafflecopter. This is so nice, and I feel weird saying this, but wait, what? This is my revenge for you making me watch A Place for the Universe. Made me cry, and this is the only way I can have my revenge.
That is the sweetest thing. Oh my god.
Oh, That makes me feel things, dude. Like,
I am so glad we got
yeah.
you to watch that wonderful
yeah,
show.
this is probably one of the things I just gotta say. Like, I had been having a little bit of a rough month or so, like the last maybe 2 or 3 weeks or so, but just knowing that like we gave you a really good experience with an anime that we kind of, I would say, shilled over the top when it was, one that we watched and stuff, but like, yeah, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it, Rafflecopter. You keep on keeping on.
Yep.
Stay safe out there, and thank you again. I don't know what to say, but thank you.
That's
Jeez. All right. Well. Oh my God.
What were we even talking about? Dubs. That's
the not
right.
Subs.
The not subs things. I feel dirty going back to that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the fact that it's in alphabetical order with this, and the fact that we were just talking about how, hey, Crispin Freeman and dub can totally carry a show, and
it makes sense that we talk about this one next.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's absolutely poetic that we talk about this one next. But Hellsing Ultimate. Also, I haven't watched the original Hellsing, but that also has Crispin Freeman as Alucard. But Crispin Freeman as Alucard. Like, I don't even really like Hellsing Ultimate all that much.
Hellsing Ultimate is just fun, good popcorn, entertainment.
Like,
but other than that, it's not really one of our types of shows even.
Right. Like, the two reasons I watched the show was because of the abridged, and then Crispin Freeman as Alucard.
Yep.
In the dub.
100%. Right? One of my best buddies. He's a huge D&D friend. He's a huge fan of like writing stories and stuff like that. And he's like, dude, I don't even care about the character's depth or anything like that. He's like, you have to experience this show for the main character's dubbed voice actor. Yep. Go check out Hellsing Ultimate. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, Crispin Freeman kills it as Alucard.
He does such a good job.
It's wonderful.
It's ridiculous. Like, also, Critical Role fans, fun bit of trivia, Taliesin Jaffe did the voice directing. The directing for the dub of Hellsing, and I believe Hellsing Ultimate. So that's cool
true.
And fitting, of course. Mm-hmm. But one of the other things that I think is just awesome that goes to show how much I love Crispin Freeman as an actor and a performer.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't consider Hellsing to be a very deep show, right?
Gotcha.
It's got great music, great animation, tons of action. It's very gory and all that stuff. You've got vampires and vampire hunters fighting against Nazi vampires on exploding set pieces. Like, you don't need much more than that, right? Like, there you go. It does what it does, and it does it good.
Yep.
But hearing, like, Crispin Freeman talk about, like, all the thought that he put into his performance of, like, but vampires have always been sort of representative of the side of sexuality that's seen as sort of taboo at the time, and then sort of, portraying it in that kind of light. So then, Alucard is actually like, with Hellsing, it's about the whole BDSM thing, and then the fact that, like, he's so powerful, but then the only way to make things interesting, because he's so bored, is to become the sub for this girl that, showed balls and, like, all this stuff. And it's like, wait, what? Like, I always thought Hellsing was like a very shallow kind of, like, show that's just, does its popcorn thing, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait, you're telling me there's all this additional depth to it, and that's what helped you bring out this performance? Like, okay, awesome. Because Alucard in the dub could have totally just been I'm the evil guy that's really powerful, and I'm twisted.
Gravelly voice.
Yeah, I have a gravelly voice, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
No, he didn't do that. That would have been easy. Nah. It's too simple. So, if you want another show that can get carried by the main lead, Crispin Freeman being awesome.
Yes. Definite must experience dub in that when you hear his voice as he's just tearing apart, swaths of, undead Nazis and stuff. It's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So good stuff there. All right. Next one is one that we just added specifically because someone in Twitch chat reminded Jacob, and this is something that Jacob has shown me the expletive compilation clip on YouTube. So that's it.
Yeah, Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. This is an absolutely wonderful, crazy show by Gainax. Came out in 2010. It it looks like a Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, it does.
You know, like
it literally does. Yeah,
That's basically what it looks like. But my God, the dub for this show it's a thing. Like, it's only 12 episodes, and the video I showed Caleb was just the compilation of all the F-bombs, right?
Yep. There's like 150 of them or something.
No, there's like 350.
Okay, well, the ones that were in the video, I don't remember how many were in the actual show.
They go through it very fast. Like, just look up Panty and Stalking, the fucking short version. It is ridiculous. There's
Yes.
like 4 solid minutes
go
of
watch-
just F-bombs.
Go watch that on YouTube. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious, even if you don't end up watching the show. But not only that, the F-bombs are creative. Like apparently they ended up rolling dice to take words and mash them into swear words.
Right.
Like,
Swear phrases.
right, swear
basically.
phrases. And not that you just watch it for the swearing, because that's not all there is to it, although it is a very decent portion of it.
It is a very
But
decent portion of it.
there's so much energy to the dub that
Yes.
you wouldn't expect dubs to
Right.
have. Because
They're
usually
having
the
so
lip
much
flaps
fun.
and things like that, they are having the time of their life. And if you are a big fan of like Soul Eater and things like that, well, then you may be shocked to see what Death the Kids, weapons get up to, or one of them in particular. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, it's crazy.
And then
Yeah.
one of my personal favorite parts, and I've quoted this in front of you, and now you sometimes say it too.
I do sometimes say it. Yeah.
But there's this. So the main 2 characters are angels, right? And they're swearing up a storm, which is just hilarious, right? It adds to the comedy of it.
right.
But then these 2 demons show up, right? And they're of course the exact opposite, because they're not like the angels. So they're all about
Totally.
rules and order and everything. And they end up swearing later, but they almost never swear at the beginning. And the closest they come to is, "What the French toast?" And you just hear that. That's one of my personal favorites, but stuff like that is just little surprises that just
I love saying
are
that, and
sprinkled in
people
there.
just kind of go, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
like,
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't get it,
Oh man.
Yeah, so Panty and Stalking is kind of in the ghost stories realm of things, where it's an entirely like different experience, I'm sure, from the dub to the the sub and things like that. But it's just in the little clip that I saw. Oh my God, it's hilarious. This next one is a show. This is the last one on our dub must list.
Yes.
This is a show that only Jacob has seen.
Yeah.
This is a show I know by reputation has quite a good dub.
And hopefully we'll react to it at some point.
Hopefully.
That's Spice and Wolf.
Spice and Wolf.
So Spice and Wolf, so you know how I said that J. Michael Tatum is awesome, right? So imagine J. Michael Tatum, if you've seen, Steins Gate or, or things like that, just sort of narrating you on a trip through the countryside. And the thing is that would be enough for me to give this a dub must
maybe a try.
on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not all.
Mm.
That's not all. In this show that heavily focuses on the 2 main characters, right? And their trip through the countryside, Holo the Wise Wolf, is amazing. Amazing in the dub. And this is one of those ones where maybe it's just that I didn't experience the sub first or whatever, I personally really didn't like Holo in the sub. Like from what I heard, it was very much sort of like the traditional kind of anime girl voice that's a lot higher pitched and things like that, and a little bit bratty. And I am so glad that they didn't do that for Holo. Instead, she has this aristocratic kind of, oh, that's adorable, And it's that her voice. I forget the name of the voice actress that performs for Holo in the
Someone
dub
in
for
chat
Spice
can
and
tell
Wolf.
us, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that combined with J. Michael Tatum and the 2 of them just bantering as, stuff happens, but, you basically are just seeing them bantering,
It's
right?
basically just for the banter.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty slice of lifey in that regard.
Oh, it's so good. Like, if you haven't seen Spice and Wolf in the dub, if you've just seen it in the sub, go check it out in the dub. I mean, you probably have by this point, but this one I really feel like you're missing a lot if you just watch it in the sub. So...
Awesome.
yeah.
Brina Palencia.
Thank you. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I've never even heard of her, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, she hasn't done because when stuff like this happens, I'm like, oh my god, this person's performance was amazing. I'm like, are they in anything else? And it's like, oh, not really much of anything else. Okay,
Cool. Thank you, Siphon. Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
All right, so now we're going to shift focus and talk about two shows that are shows where we've watched both. Mm-hmm. And in this case, I think I've watched. These are ones where it's more. One's Jacob's show and one's more my show in terms of like we preferring the dub over the sub.
Although now that you brought it up, I really want to go back and rewatch that one in the dub because I've seen parts of it in the dub, but I didn't actually like watch a bunch of episodes.
So we'll go through this one first. So this one is a show that we reacted to forever ago. And if those of you didn't watch our reactions to these, you're missing out. This was a really fun reaction from like way early on in the channel.
yeah.
And that is the show Devil is a Part-Timer.
Yep.
Devil is a Part-Timer. Yep. Rafflecopter knew what was going to be said. You know what's going on. There you go.
Yep.
Devil is a Part-Timer is a show that has quite a good kind of comedy skitcom kind of setup. It's really something that you get and you go, okay, yeah, that sounds like it would be funny, right? And in the sub, it's fantastic. It's wonderful. There are so many moments of hemmed up voice acting in the sub.
Thank you, Ashia.
It's so freaking good.
Yep.
However, I will say, the dub has multiple moments where you go, whoa, wait a minute. This has no business being this good. You are not allowed to be this good. It is a surprise. It is a moment where you go, wait, whoa, hold on. I am actually kind of impressed here. And the show is a one core, pretty kind of simple comedy. The story's not super complex. The whole show is basically just built around the comedy of the devil being a part-timer at McDonald's.
Right.
You know.
Win that black pepper fry competition.
Exactly.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But the side characters.
Oh, God.
And the main kind of, I would say 2 or 3 members of the cast all have great dub voices. They just do a fantastic job. And it's cool to hear their interpretation of what the over-the-top kind of dramatized devil or angel kind of voices are in English. Because in Japanese, you can hear it and you go, oh, yes, I've heard that kind of, I would call it almost the Lelouch sub voice. You know, where he's all like, ho, ho, yes, aha, yeah, ho, ho. It's so over the top and dramatic.
Hamming it up. Yeah.
Exactly. In this, in English, it's, it'll get you. It'll surprise you.
Yeah, and someone in chat is saying that they just straight up do Latin.
Yes.
For the dub when they go into the parallel world language.
Why are we dropping so many frames
I don't know.
on this stream? What is going on? Gonna do a quick internet speed check here.
Good idea.
See what's going on. It's like,
but
2020 has been crazy in general, so I'm wondering, like, what is the deal with?
Yeah, no, that's
going
really
on here?
solid.
Yeah, everything looks good. Yeah, now we're back as things go here.
Yeah.
All right, everything looks solid. Okay.
Weird.
Yeah. All right, we'll go and try and fix that in the back end before One Piece's stream tomorrow.
Indeed.
Too many subs, Rip. Yeah, that's got to be
Right.
it. Yeah, we'll blame Rafflecopter. Exactly.
Twitch is still repairing itself.
Too generous. But I would say that Devil's a Part-Timer is one that you can definitely get a lot out of both the sub and dub, but I just personally prefer the dub.
Now I really want to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one should not come as a surprise to many of you, because it's another show that I kind of don't shut up about. But Toradora. So, Toradora is a favorite show of mine. It was one of my top 3, of Black Lagoon, Haruhi, and Toradora for a very long time. I've watched the sub and the dub. They're both really good.
Yeah.
The dub is, of course, my personal favorite, but also, in addition to that, so Cassandra Lee Morris, she does Taiga in Toradora, and she's fantastic. She's one of those other voice actors where I'll watch the dub just to, if she's in it, kind of a thing.
Sure.
Minori is also. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I don't
Minori,
remember her name. I don't remember the actress's name, but Minori in the dub for Toradora is the same as Mako in the dub for Kill la Kill. So that should just speak for itself.
She does
right
that
there.
Genki energy really
Right.
well.
Yes,
Yep.
it's absolutely
It's quite
wonderful.
good.
It's
Yep.
absolutely wonderful. But here's the thing. I actually got my best friend who doesn't really like Toradora, is a bit salty about how it ended and things, and is a staunch anti-dub person.
Yes. Uh-huh.
A staunch anti-dub person. I got them to, sit down with me and watch Toradora in the dub, the show that they don't really like, and, in the format that they really don't like. Like, they are convinced. Like, even when I would bring up things like Bacano and stuff, they're like, no dub, no dub, no dub.
Dubs are all
right?
bad. Yep.
Dubs are all bad.
Yeah.
I show them this one, and they're like, okay, that was pretty good. That
was pretty good.
They're like, yeah, I liked how Taiga sounded a lot better, and than in the sub. Okay, yeah, like,
Yeah.
I got the stamp of moderate approval
Yep.
from
a dub hater.
A staunch dub hater.
Like, he will not watch any
Like,
shows
just
in the dub.
Will not.
Nothing.
Will not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
So-
not the best dub out there.
No, it is definitely not. I would say that in a lot of ways, Toradora is carried on the fact that there are a couple really powerful emotional scenes that the dub sells well. And that is something that is going to do it for a lot of people. So if you're the kind of person that really sees how the tentpole effect works in storytelling, where it's like if the highs are really high, then the whole show is worth it. Toradora has a couple, and I would mean a couple like really high highs.
Yep.
And they're so powerful emotionally that when you hear just a specific track, you'll start crying. I mean, you might not. I do. But in the dub, they just nail that part.
And the translation
so
is
good.
also quite good. Like there are some key differences,
Hold
with
on,
certain
hold on.
lines.
People are saying there's no voice. Oh. Oh no, the voice is there. Okay, never mind. Weird.
Oh.
Okay, never mind.
But
Are you guys hearing our voices okay, right?
yeah, it should be the audio levels.
No, I'm asking
Yeah.
chat. Someone
Uh-huh.
literally just said no voice, so I'm wondering what's going on here. It might be that Twitch is having a problem here. Quick, I'm just gonna quickly check this here. See what's going on. Okay, no, there were recently a bunch of problems, but Twitch is basically okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we're
Seems to be
good,
coming
we're good.
through okay.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
But
okay.
but Toradora, the translation works pretty well. Like I wouldn't expect dubs to be something that would be quoted. Toradora is one of the dubs that I actually quote fairly regularly, a
Right.
couple different lines.
Yeah.
So take that as you will.
Yeah. And so those are our ones where we have watched both and we prefer the dub overall. Now we're going to get into the dubs that particularly I would say are so different, maybe because of just how good the sub is, but how also specific certain things are within the sub that the dub couldn't be exactly the same and had to change a couple things. Now we're not talking
Right.
about intent regarding which way would have been better for the dub or what have you if they did do it a different way, but the fact that these dubs exist, we would say that it is pretty mandatory if you're going to watch these shows that you give at least both a try. You are probably going to end up preferring one pretty clearly over the other. I know a lot of people regarding one of these shows where they're specifically one or the other. And I personally, I love them both. Like,
Yeah,
just really
they are
well.
both experienced for both of them because there's two shows on this.
Yep.
The sub and dub for both are very unique experiences
And
that
very worthwhile.
are very worthwhile.
In our
like,
opinion, yeah.
especially since there's a good chance that you'll want to rewatch the show anyways. Go through it in the other one.
For sure.
Just to see what it's like.
For sure. First one on the list is Konosuba. Konosuba, y'all. When we heard that Konosuba was getting a dub, I cringed.
Yeah.
I was terrified. I
was
was like,
like,
there
no,
is
God,
no way.
no. Say it isn't so,
There
Joe.
is no
Like-
way that Konosuba can get a good dub.
Yeah,
But
like-
by God, they did it.
Like,
they did
like,
it.
it was one of those ones where it's like, no, that's just undubbable. Like, even
Yeah.
before the dub was announced,
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, no, don't try. Like,
Yep.
it's fine. The
Again,
sub is fantastic.
Comedy coming in clutch here, where
Yup.
the
Oh,
the
man.
dub is so good. And when I say it's good, I mean there are some moments that they elevated the scene
Yep.
to heights that it shouldn't have been able to go to. Like
maybe even surpassed the sub on certain parts.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. The
Like-
freaking headless horseman like night guy is voiced by Dio freaking Brando. He has an amazing moment where he realizes that darkness is getting like freaking turned
Getting
on
off.
by this, and he just has this moment where he just goes, "What?" What?
Yeah.
Like he's scared, terrified. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. What are you talking about?
like, like I feel like for the dub versus sub for Konosuba, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the sub, I mean, all the voice actresses do a great job. Aqua, Kazuma, Megumin being in my mind like the really stand out that doesn't carry over as much in the dub. You know, not to say that her dub voice actress is bad by any means. I
Right.
think it's Monica Rial. She does a good job.
Yeah,
but you
for
know,
sure.
it's not necessarily as iconic as Megumin.
Yeah.
But Aqua, Darkness, and even Kazuma.
Kazuma too. That was
Kazuma
the
too.
surprising
Like,
thing.
like-
Was those three particularly just nailed their role.
God.
And you can debate for sure as to which one you prefer or over the other or what have you.
Yeah.
But oh my god. Christina Villa's Darkness,
Just-
and I forget the voice actor for Aqua and
yeah.
Kazuma.
Right.
But they did such a good job. And this is one of our favorite shows of all time in terms of like comedy out there.
Right.
And the fact that they somehow just nailed these roles is fantastic.
Like the fact that because Konosuba getting a dub and having it just be good would have blown me away.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
Right? Just having it actually be semi-enjoyable.
Yeah, having
you know?
Kazuma be good, just good.
Like,
I would have been like, good job.
yeah,
good
yeah.
job.
You assailed the insurmountable mountain and you survived.
Yeah.
Like, fantastic job. Way to go. Right?
Yeah.
But no.
Because
They
we don't
go-
have high expectations of
Yeah.
dubs a lot of the time.
Right, and especially like for comedy. On the one hand, I feel like comedy can be amazing in dubs, but then at the same time, it can be really hard because you're changing how things go. So how do the jokes translate with it,
Right.
and like how do you make that work? You know?
Yep.
No, Konosuba just nailed like every aspect
It was such
of
a
it.
surprise.
Oh
It
man,
was such a perfect
Oh.
surprise to have in like the recent years of just like
Uh-huh.
anime, you know, you try to do dubs sometimes and they're just like
Mm-hmm.
they're never going to be as good as some of the greats that have been out there for a while, you know.
Right.
And then Konosuba's Doug comes along and is like, allow us to introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I want to meet Christina V.
I know, right?
Just to give her a hug and be like, thank you.
Shake her hand and be like,
Thank you.
God's blessing on this wonderful world.
Yes, you are.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Yes, they even do the Konosuba
Yeah,
little parts
Right.
well.
Like-
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Christina V, I think now is on my list of like I just want to watch the dubs of things that she's in because she did such a good job as Darkness.
Did you know that she did Killua's voice in Hunter x Hunter?
I did know that,
Mm-hmm.
and you can kind of tell when she does the "Oi, Darkness, get your fat ass out there and get
Yes.
my money."
When Darkness does the role play for
Yeah.
what her ideal husband would be like, and she's like, he would be lecherous and
Yeah.
and just completely dysfunctional and everything, and he would order me around and boss me and be like, "Oh, Darkness, get your fat ass outside and get some money." And she's like, "Oh," you know. But when she does that, like, Darkness, you know, that's literally like Killua being like just painfully snarky in the Hunter x Hunter dub.
Like-
It's the same voice, but it's so good.
There's
You
even
want
a-
to see her dub bloopers?
Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
god,
that would be amazing.
Oh my god.
But like, okay, for comparison, well, also for Konosuba as a dub, I've heard people, and I am with them on this,
Yeah.
that like when they think of like anime of the year, Konosuba specifically in the dub coming out was like worthy of mention alongside actual just original
new
anime
coming
series,
out,
right?
yeah.
As like we got that this year. You know, this year's been pretty good, right? But there's a point where Darkness is moaning because of all her kinkiness, right? And I don't know whose idea this was, whether it was Christina V or the voice director or whoever. Christina V starts singing,
yeah.
busting out amazing musical notes. into her moan.
into her moan.
with
It's-
syncing with the music.
It's
Like,
oh
what?
it's
What?
so good.
Like,
It's wonderful.
that.
Uh,
As
Yeah.
far as things that you never knew you needed until you got them,
Right.
and then it's just like that.
yeah.
Well done,
Yeah.
well done.
Well done indeed. I will say that one of the things that's still got to be mentioned is that Konosuba also has one of the best subbed voice acting casts in anime.
It is
It's
so good.
It's really good.
Yeah,
It's quite good. So definitely watch both. If you've
Mm-hmm.
only watched one or the other, go watch the other because it's fantastic.
Also, Kazuma's commentary. That was one of the ones that I was really glad translated well, because some of the times in the sub for Konosuba, it was like I had to sort of piece together what exactly was being implied or whatever with the jokes and things like that, with what Konosuba would say as his little inner monologues and whatnot.
Right.
The jokes that were created in the dub, right? Like that you
yeah.
could totally see there was the room for them to be made there because
be a
of
little
context
flexible
and
with
things
it.
like that,
Yeah.
for them to be flexible.
Yeah.
There are just some absolute gems in there.
There are. Definitely.
Like,
It's the whole top subtitled dialogue that Kazuma gives while other people are saying
Right.
stupid stuff, and
Yeah.
Kazuma's just like, hell yeah, snarky, snarky, snark, you know?
or just the, do you mind if I suck it out? Absolutely.
Yeah. No, he's like, do you mind if I suck it out? And he's like, absolutely.
Yeah,
Like he has been throughout the dub like, oh, why are you gonna be like, oh?
Yeah, yeah.
And then when he says it, he just goes, absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Like, do it right now. Yep.
Yeah.
It's you can almost see the voice actor just being like presenting his dick, just being like, yep, absolutely, please. Like it's so good. All right. We gotta move on though to the next
yes.
one here. Next one is one that you, of course, this is no surprise. A lot of people really love both the sub and the dub for this one. And yet I would know a lot of people, since it's been kind of lauded as one of the like better anime to watch of your first few anime to check out. And a lot of people will end up, because they watch it one way first the other, not really watch the other one, and that's Steins Gate. Steins Gate has a fantastic dub in our opinion, but it also has an amazing sub with how it delivers the jokes for the characters, but also a lot of the cultural elements for the characters. And that's one of the things that I would say is what makes this show one that you should experience in both, because you are going to miss things if you only watch it in, I would say, the dub more specifically. The sub has a lot of things that are more Japanese specific, and I highly recommend watching both. But again, you can tell we're J. Michael Tatum fans.
Because J. Michael Tatum's the main character and
the voice acting director.
Yeah, and the voice acting director.
And
well,
Andy helped write it.
yeah. Basically, he directed and wrote the scripts for the dub and did the lead for it, and that's kind of insanity. And he went on the record to say, "Yeah, I basically killed myself doing that. Like I can't, I just about died working on that. So I'm not doing that again." But you can tell
You can tell he
that
put his heart
he
and
put
soul into it.
everything into that, because because a lot of the things in the sub are very like Japanese references and things like that don't necessarily carry over as well into English, right?
Yeah,
because
if you don't know a lot of the things that they're
the
referencing,
pop
and stuff,
culture and stuff like
you
that,
might miss that.
you might miss it, right? J. Michael Tatum's like, no, hold my coffee, like all right, let's
Hold
do
my
this.
mad scientist juice. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like, and I think that a lot of it might have just been because apparently Hoen Kyoma is his favorite character that he's done.
Totally.
Like he's said, I don't even feel like I have to get in character for Okabe. It's just, yep, all right, let's do this.
It's easy.
But yeah, it's
quite good.
It's wonderful.
I would say one of the things that's special about the dub specifically as well is that the show centers around both comedy and really intense emotional drama. And one of the weird things is that I would say a lot of times there's moments where the characters are being like switching back between comedy and drama, or sometimes really terrifying, scary stuff quickly. And you can end up feeling that whiplash, but the characters in how they're voice acted in the dub is we're praising dubs here. do a fantastic job at that. So I feel very much grounded by the voices, and also even the side characters, like the not Hoen Kyouma,
Right.
characters,
Still do a great job.
Really good voices in the dub as well.
Yeah.
And I really feel like while there are a lot of people I know who specifically would say the dub is just not worth watching because you're changing too much regarding the script or the original things of the things that were being said, I think that that's why, if anything, it's very much worth it for you to watch it yourself in both and, make the decision as to which one you prefer. Because I would say that there is value in the idea of a character being slightly characterized differently because of a voice. There's an anime that I did not put on this list, actually, because I've only seen about 30 episodes in the dub of, and that's Monster.
Yeah.
Monster is an anime that has a fantastic dub for being a little bit of a show from a little bit a while ago.
Yeah, a bit older, yeah.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say all the actors are necessarily amazing in the dub, but the main cast is phenomenal. And yet, because of how it's voice acted, some of the characters are just flat out different at parts. And sometimes I like that. I actually like certain changes that they made to how Tenma's emotional state is at certain key moments. And it's like,
Liam O'Brien definitely has a very particular way of acting.
Yeah, and that's probably one of the things that was kind of unique and fun about it was that, Liam O'Brien decided to have Tenma kind of bring out more of this emotion at this key point here. And it's like, that's different. I got to think about that. And so, yeah, Steins Gate, definitely a both. Go check out both.
And it's a great show for rewatch too. So
very good for rewatch.
Even if you're like, hey, I don't really like dubs that much, I want to watch the sub. There you go, watch the sub, and then when you're like, you know what, I kind of want to watch that awesome show again, watch it in the dub. There you go.
Oh, Cychronia, don't worry. We'll give you a platform to shill us some dubs at the end of this bit there, but I'll remember your thing about Assassination Classroom. All right, this is the last bit of the list. We have 4 things on this.
Yep.
These are ones where we don't necessarily have a preference either way, but
both work.
Both is good, but you don't need to watch both.
Right, exactly. First on here, Silent Voice. I love Silent Voice.
Yep.
I love that movie. It's fantastic. It's a great one to introduce to people that don't really watch anime. And the dub does a really good job of, holding up to that, right?
Yep.
Because even though, I freaking love the sub. I really love the sub.
Sub is so good.
I might prefer the sub. I'm not sure.
I think I do too.
I kind of am a little bit split on that.
Yeah.
But one of the things the dub is just in general really good, right? It's an emotionally driven movie, and the translation works really well for it.
Right.
One of the things that I want to give the major props to is the story revolves around a deaf girl.
Yeah.
And they didn't just have an actor, emulate being deaf.
Yeah.
They got a deaf person to do the role of Shoko Nishimiya.
Yeah.
In the dub. And one, way to go.
Way to go.
But two, I'm
hearing key scenes lines in my head now.
It's really good.
It's so good.
But you could totally go for either one.
Yep.
Because both are fantastic. So, there you go. But if you want to be able to show someone an anime, and it's a movie, so it's perfect for introducing people to anime.
Right. It has a dub that is serviceable.
Right. It has a dub that is more than serviceable, and there you go.
Yeah. Next one is one that I think everyone knew this one would be on this list, but everyone has different opinions on this one. I would just say, when it's good, it's really good. And that is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This is a dub that has some specific key scenes in there that are just cream of the crop dubbed voice acting for anime. With the lip syncing, with the emotions, one of the scenes that I'm thinking of right now. That whole bit, that is almost all the reason why I why I rewatch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood in the dub, is I love the slow build up to that scene with Mustang and Envy. Oh my god. And let's just put this out there. I know that being an ensemble cast, there's some dubbed voice actors that you might not prefer. You might prefer the sub.
What's her face? May. Yeah.
Yeah, May is kind of
a little grating on the ears, you know.
Yeah. But I'll just say, by and large, through and through, for the most part, FMA,
It's really good.
FMAB, I haven't rewatched FMA the original as much there, but FMAB's dub is, it's so near and dear to my heart. And yet, I also really love the sub. So this is one of those shows that I gotta just say, go watch both. You know.
Yeah.
But, if you prefer, subs, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just highly recommend checking out maybe some of the better dubbed scenes and then see if that entices you, since you've already seen the show, to go and rewatch it in the dub. Give it a shot, because there's a lot of people that put a lot of hard work into it. And I would say that there's a couple key kind of scenes that work just a little bit better in the dub, in my opinion.
Sure.
But I don't want to go too much into that. Mustang's rap. Yeah, that's the other thing. If you watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood in the dub, you get their bloopers.
Indeed.
Which are amazing.
Wonderful.
Some of them are memes that you didn't know weren't actually like fan dubbed. They're, dubbed by the original voice cast.
And the Mustang's rap thing isn't even a part of that. That's just something that you get in addition.
Yeah.
In addition. Yeah.
Oh, you want to get your mom into anime, so you're currently showing her the FMAB show in the dub. Yeah, there you
go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Fatal Cryo, those are the two ones we literally just mentioned. So those are great ones in the dubs.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about kind of the last two entries on here. These are kind of, I would say, at least the lowest entries in my book with regards to dubs, but they're still worth mentioning. This would be the Watch Mojo's honorable mentions kind of category here.
Right.
Main one is I would consider like very similar to FMAB in terms of dub quality, but not as consistent. And that's Code Geass. And the main reason why I would put this in either is fine category is that the sub is preferential to me. I prefer the sub. I definitely prefer the sub.
Yeah, me too.
Except for the fact that Johnny Young Bosch is made. He was born to play Lelouch.
Right. Like that is by and large far and above his best role.
Yeah, his best role by far. I would say that still the sub voice actor for Lelouch is just a little bit more fun in my mind.
Yeah, he does a really good job.
He just does a fantastic job. But then you have other voice actors in the dub of Code Geass that turn in very, very good roles, like very good performances.
So, yeah, Steve Bloom and Crispin Freeman, we've mentioned them. They are also in the
They're
dub.
just casually in there as side characters.
Right. They are side characters, unfortunately, but they still give some pretty amazing performances. Like you quoted one the other day just randomly, and I was like, wait, what is that from again? And you were like, yeah, it's Code Geass. And I was like, that's right.
Yes, Crispin Freeman, your favorite voice
exactly.
actor.
Just I'm begging you, Zero, please die.
Yeah. There's this part where there's a character that's being mocked by the main protagonist as Orange Boy. And the way Johnny Young Bosch delivers it as Lelouch is so good. He's like, Orange Boy. And then Orange Boy responds with this just, like just this frustration of a mental breakdown. He's like, I'm begging you, please die. And it's so wonderful. It's such a good part in the show. There's so many little specific moments also in Code Geass where actors that are kind of relegated to giving Twitch's being freaking out again.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, okay, I'm gonna wait for a split second here while this thing is here. I'm gonna check out chat. You cannot accept any other voice actor besides the Japanese one for Charles in Code Geass. Oh sure, yeah, definitely. I've seen some of Mob Psycho's dub, and I think it is totally fine. I just wouldn't put it on this list necessarily. It just has really good moments, yeah. And it's probably because I'm absolutely in love with Reagan in the sub. Like in love is just the right word for it. Yeah. Okay, looks like we're still having a lot of streaming issues here with regards to the stuff going here.
What is going on?
You recall an anime where it's exclusive English dub gag where the male lead is super psyched to do an episode preview but never gets to because the male lead chimes in to the point the manga references it. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, if you find out what that is, let us know.
Interesting.
Thankfully, this is pretty much an audio-only podcast. Yeah, that's kind of lame. Okay, we're back. Looks
All right.
looks fine now. Okay, so Code Geass, great, outstanding voice acting
Yep.
in the dub. Go whichever way you want. But if you haven't watched the dub, check it out. See if it's for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some really good parts there. Oh, the one I was going to mention was Suzaku. Suzaku's voice acting in the dub at the end of season 1.
Yes.
Is actually
deserve.
no, yeah, but it's not even done that way. He's quivering. This is the part that I think actually Suzaku as a character is pretty good as well, because he's more solidified that Lelouch needs to be ended here. Sorry, actually we should be talking about spoilers as much here, but
There's a conversation.
there's a conversation at the end of season 1 between two of our main characters, and Suzaku specifically gives a phenomenal delivery of his lines in the dub. So check that one out.
It is quite wonderful.
Yeah. And then last but not least, but maybe not necessarily your cup of tea, this is another one that, oh no, surprisingly, Crispin Freeman is in both of these in the dub. What do you know? Huh? There you go.
The only drawback is that unfortunately he's the villain, and the villain doesn't get as much screen time
In one of them.
in one of them in particular.
Yeah. So,
But yeah.
yeah, so this is Fate Zero and Fate Unlimited Blade Works.
Right.
I would say that both these shows have very serviceable dubs with outstanding moments in the dub. But because, again, ensemble cast, not all the characters are dubbed in ways that you would necessarily prefer, I got to give standout performances to Caster in the Fate Zero dub.
Oh yeah,
He
Caster's
does
great.
a phenomenal job in the dub there. And then I would give the other one to Archer in the UBW dub. Archer in the UBW dub does a pretty good job. Yeah, in my opinion. And then there are other ones as well, like Kira Kotomine in both of them.
Right.
As Crispin Freeman.
And I can't remember who voices Saber.
Saber is Kari Walgren. And
Kari Walgren, that's
she
right.
does a great job.
Yeah, she does a real good job.
A really, really good job.
Yeah.
Fate has a character in Saber that is iconic in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really scary going to the dub to be like, I don't know if they can get the Saber voice down from the sub, who is the sub voice actress for Saber is amazing.
Oh yeah.
But in the dub, Kari Walgren does an incredible job as well. So very good one to check out there.
Also, if you want to see Crispin Freeman fight Matt Mercer, you can get that in Fate Zero.
Fatal Cryo, yeah, I am with you. I am not a fan of Gilgamesh Archer in the dub. I'm talking about Archer, not Gilgamesh.
Right, Archer in UBW. Right.
Yeah, Fatal Cryo. I'm with you. I'm not talking about that Archer. I'm talking about a different Archer in Unlimited Blade Works.
You know who my favorite dubbed character in Fate Zero is?
That's not Crispin Freeman?
Yeah,
Who?
Berserker.
Fate Zero?
Yeah.
Because that one actually talks.
Oh, that's right. No, he does actually talk
yeah.
at some point. Well, yeah, it was a joke, but yeah.
Favorite voice actors go.
Also,
For sure.
I forgot a couple shows that I just want to give quick shout outs to.
Oh,
in the
honorable
dub.
mentions?
Yeah, honorable mentions. Ones where I personally prefer the dub, but yeah, you do you. Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. It's
okay.
the comedy angle with it works very well in the dub. Also, Gurren Lagann.
Oh, Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann has a great dub. Yuri Lowenthal does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
It's real good. It's real good.
Yeah, I would say Gurren Lagann is one that surprised me. I would say the dub. I still prefer
pretty
the
sure
sub over the dub.
Yeah, me too. There are some characters in Gurren Lagann that I don't think do as good of a job.
But I would say that Gurren Lagann has a couple characters where you'd be like, wait, that's who playing that character? I don't even want to say, because if you don't notice it, you'll be like, wait, what? There's a particular character in Gurren Lagann that has a voice actor that you're like, hold up a minute. Wait,
you're not talking about
Don't say. We'll talk about it after the stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's funny. Kill la Kill is fun in the dub.
It is.
I put Kill la Kill in the sub way
the sub
higher.
is, and there's
Yeah.
there's lots of good voice talent in the dub.
There is,
Matt
yeah.
Mercer is the freaking homeroom teacher. Like that's
Yeah,
wonderful. Mako is
Goma-
amazing.
what's his name?
Oh, Gamagori Ira.
Gamagori Ira is a great dub voice
Yep.
actor as well.
And the bloopers for Kill la
Oh
Kill.
yes.
Even though they aren't officially anywhere, more just recorded from that one convention where they were shown, are fantastic.
Yeah, they're wonderful. All right, so now, chat, it is your time. It is your time. Tell us your favorite dubs and let us know what you liked about them, particularly like which character's performance
Yeah.
or maybe just some specific, not necessarily scenes because that could get into spoilers potentially, but the voice actors or actresses that are in these dubbed shows.
And Cycronia, you mentioned Ass Class is apparently really good in the dub.
Yeah, I have heard Assassination Classroom has a fantastic dub, especially for Koro Sensei. Yeah. Berserk.
Gotcha.
Berserk has a decent
Oh,
dub. That's
yeah,
true.
that's right.
I prefer sub personally, but
Oh, okay.
I do love the dub for Berserk. Berserk's dub is great.
Yes.
I've not
Making
tried the
a musical.
ReZero. I've not tried the ReZero dub though. Is it good? That seems like one I would want to check out because I'm actually rewatching ReZero in preparation for when we eventually watch season 2.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan is actually not bad in certain parts. There are some decent things, but the problem is that Attack on Titan sub one, I just can't.
yeah, like
I just can't. If I'm gonna rewatch Attack on Titan, it's gotta be in
it's
sub.
gonna be in the sub. Like
Yeah.
like and this is for all you sub haters out there or dub haters out there, this is how you know that we're not just being like dubs are just always better than subs. No, I am with you, Caleb. I would not want to watch Attack on Titan in the dub.
Yeah.
Even if it is fairly good, but for
Yeah. The Space Dandy dub is really good. Yes, we're
Yes.
enjoying it right now, and it is so much fun. Yes, Zebi, we did talk about Bacano, and Lad Rousseau's dubbed voice is just, oh, it's so good.
absolute gold.
Chef's kiss.
And Space Dandy is another one where the translation was done really well because a lot of the jokes don't necessarily like I'm just guessing like there's wordplay jokes in there like restaurants and stuff where it's like that doesn't it wasn't like that in Japanese necessarily or at least not in that way. So yeah, that kind of effort is wonderful to see.
Oh my god, that's funny. Just to quote how Bitch Sensei originally reacts to her nickname. Listen, Vitch is a person's name, and bitch is what you're gonna get if you don't cut it out. Oh my god. Have you guys checked out the comedy Golden Boy in dubbed? I'd rank it with Grand Blue, but you couldn't react to it sober.
Oh,
Okay. Good dub, never seen sub is Dandy. Redline, Devilman Crybaby.
Oh.
Samurai Champloo. Okay, that makes sense.
Samurai Champloo is also a good dub. Again,
Okay.
Steve Bloom just being awesome.
Oh, Beastars has a good dub? Oh, it's pretty all right. It's Legoshi's voice actor.
Okay.
Is great. Okay. Yes, Yu Yu Hakusho's dub. We've heard so many times about how Yu Yu Hakusho's dub is one of those ones where it's like, you might just watch it only in
Ooh.
dub, you know?
Nana is my favorite dub. The titular characters got this husky punk voice that's perfect. It shares a lot of the cast with Death Note. Ryuk is a smooth, bald drummer dude.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
Ooh. I speak French, so I'm watching all anime and sub, but Great Teacher Onizuka French dub is the best. They adapted very well with jokes that are very relatable for French-talking people.
Cool.
Death in Rome, that is legit.
Yeah.
I have heard good things about Great Teacher Onizuka's dub.
It's
And
yeah.
I did go and watch a couple scenes of it, but I preferred the students more in the sub.
Yeah, I
personally.
rewatched the first episode in the dub. And so, one, Onizuka is Steve Bloom. So there you go.
That works, yeah.
Main character, Steve Bloom.
Yeah.
And she wasn't in the first episode, but Fuyutsuki apparently is also Wendy Lee. So, Cowboy Bebop, there you go.
Yeah. Carolyn Tuesday. Okay. Cool. Voice actors are Brianna Knickerbocker and Jeannie Tirado, and their singing voice actors are Nai, BR, XX, and Selena Ann. P.S. Please listen to Galactic Mermaid if you have any doubts or need a good laugh. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see. Make sure. Oh, yep. People mentioning Orin High School Host Club. Yep.
Yeah, heard a lot about that one.
For sure. Yep. And Lamb mentioning Kyon's English voice actor for Haruhi. Yep.
Yes.
Matt Mercer and Patrick Seitz are incredible in JoJo dub. their Dio and Jotaro are 10 out of 10. I have heard a lot of those bits there, and it is fun. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Subaru's VA and sub, as well as Betelgeuse's VA, are just too god tier to watch in dub. However, sub is much preferred. They absolutely kill their breakdown scenes. Oh, gotcha. So the parts where ReZero is getting really intense and dramatic and stuff, the dub voice actors do a good job at that.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Also, mentioning Matt Mercer as Jotaro, that made me realize that I need to correct this statement. What I was saying about Attack on Titan and not really liking the sub, it's because I don't really like the kids' voices. However,
the adults are pretty good.
The adults are pretty damn good, and
Yeah.
I will absolutely watch scenes of Levi and Irwin as Matt Mercer and J. Michael Tatum, respectively, without question,
Yeah.
for the
However,
dub performances.
Yeah, yeah. Just to check them out, at least on my end, I would agree with you. I personally cannot hear
Irwin. Well,
yeah.
right, because it's
Yeah.
it's Jotaro on the other hand. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the sub performance is still better.
Yeah. Speaking of Nana, you gave me a heart attack with it on the poll today. Too bad it's not going to win. I mean, you know, is a show that like we had barely been ever recommended. We've heard the reputation about, so it's good to put on the poll anyway. Ghost in the Shell TV show has a pretty solid dub. They recently brought the original voice cast after 13 years back for the newest season. Oh, that's cool. It's up in the air. Appreciate you letting us know about that. Danganronpa dub is really good, but that's a game anime. Gotcha.
Okay.
Dub Ida is absolutely amazing. Okay, so that's actually one that I was kind of iffy about putting on this list.
Yeah.
But My Hero Academia has a very, very serviceable dub. I will say, I will go on record.
Serviceable, I think, is a good.
I will go on record
word
to
for
say
it.
this, that there are moments where the dub, like, actually just did a fantastic job at nailing the heart of the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And did, like, stuff that would, in some ways, be like, whoa, that was risky, but it actually kind of worked. So, yeah, MHA dub has some really good qualities to it.
By the way, fun little story from a con. I was at a con in Canada, and the voice actors for All Might and Deku were there. I forget the name of the voice actor for Deku.
For dub?
But Sabat, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or
yeah.
Sabat, or
Christopher
how
Sabat. It's Sabat, yeah.
Sabat. Okay, yeah. And I got to ask a question, and my question was, what is your, favorite scene with your two characters together?
Mm.
And I was like, and I basically said, there's one that I hope you're gonna say, but I'll keep quiet on what it is. And then they were both like, oh, it's the one where they go to talk to Deku's mom, and I was like, thank you.
That was actually
that was
the
it.
scene.
Yeah. Right.
That was so good. Yeah. Yes, Famofu. Famofu's dub is quite good. Yeah. It's a comedy, so you can kind of get a pass on a lot of things, but I don't think it's like one of the great dubs in my mind.
I think it works.
It's just good fun. Yeah.
It
definitely works. Yeah.
It in some ways is a lot funnier if you've seen Ghost Stories in the dub by that point, because most of the cast is just straight up the same. Like,
yes, that's true.
I guess it was just done at the same dub studio or whatever, and so like you can just take the characters, the main cast, and just direct like, yeah.
For example, Christopher Sabat is a perfect fit for All Might, but when a certain someone escapes from his grasp and he's screaming, it didn't hit as hard. That's an example, but MHA dub has more moments like that as well. Yeah, I agree. I would say MHA has a lot of key moments that are just done really well, and the overall acting chops is really good. I can't really speak on the like translation side of things, but like Bakugo's voice actor, Clifford Chapin, I believe is his name, he does a stellar job as Bakugo.
Oh, really?
I can't imagine the kind of damage he does to his throat trying to not lose his voice playing Bakugo, basically. He does a really good job.
Oh, yes. I've heard some of the, because, people have sent us some clips for One Piece and stuff, and Colleen Clinkenbeard as Luffy, I do very much appreciate.
Yeah. Yes. Bakugo's breakdown in his fight with Deku made me worry for the shoes the English dub had to fill, but he nailed it. Yep, I agree. I definitely agree. Doc Martian saying, not my favorite performance, but young Joseph Joestar in the dub is #1 from Kids Next Door, and he sounds almost the same, and it's just wild. Huh.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Beck Mongolian Chop Squad is the full name of the show. Oh, that's one that you were mentioning that has a pretty good dub. Yeah. Cool. High School of the Dead is pretty great dubs and subs too. Okay, cool. You like the Death Note dub too? Awesome.
Well, Bryce Papenbrook as Aaron, like, because Bryce Papenbrook is a good voice actor, you know, like he knows his stuff, right?
Yeah.
But trying to do Yuki Kaji's role, because Yuki Kaji.
Wait, Yuki Kaji's Todoroki.
No, I'm talking about as Aaron.
Oh, Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Deku.
No.
Did you say Aaron?
I believe I said Aaron.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I almost thought you said Deku. Sorry, guys.
No, that's like I
Yeah.
don't think you can. Like, how do you follow up on that?
Yeah, you
like,
can't really.
Like, how? It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What puzzles me about the 4Kids version of One Piece is that they got the guy who did Guts in Berserk as Zoro. I mean, what?
Really?
Wow. Okay.
Huh.
So it's just bad directing maybe, or they just didn't have him actually like take multiple takes. They're like, he says the line, like, okay, that's good, next. You know?
Or just. Okay, I can say these lines good, but what are these lines?
Right, for sure. Zoro in 4Kids is pretty much the only decent one. Unfortunately, he can't fight the script. Gotcha. So that is the case. You were right. Yeah. This is a throwback and certainly very flawed, but all the original dub of Pokemon was iconic. Those characters' voices are burned into my mind. Okay, yeah, for sure. I think Johnny Young Bosch could have been a dope dub Aaron. Huh.
I don't know.
Maybe?
Like, a lot of the times, because he did Lelouch really well. So maybe he could have. There's a part of, like, Johnny Young Bosch's signature kind of voice, though, that makes me think he works really well for that kind of, like, side character that you want to seem, like, too cool in a way that makes you jealous, if that makes sense. Like...
Oh, yes. I've heard a lot of good things about Black Butler's dub.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
That is one of those shows that I have not, like the slightest idea what it's about, but I have heard actually quite a few things that are, like, really good about the dub.
Gotcha. J. Michael Tatum is one of the main characters. That is very good to know.
Cool. Haven't seen the sub, but School Rumble is a comedy that clearly does wild stuff, clearly off script, and it's great. I still remember an announcer going, "Paint my ass blue and call me a baboon. He's tearing it up out there." And we cut to a student going, "What the?" Okay, that's wonderful.
All right.
So that's like a high school comedy anime or something.
I guess.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Yeah. Oh my god, I freaking love School Rumble. Only watched the dub, so can't comment on comparison to sub. Okay, well that sounds fun. Isn't School Rumble kind of old though?
I don't know.
Just based on the name and also just what I've heard, if anything, about it, it seems like it's one of those anime that's like from the early 90s or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know myself.
Oh, we don't get recommended it enough for Black Butler, probably because what Sagacious last thing is that Black Butler Season 2 is not that good, but Book of Circus is phenomenal.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. People agreeing with the English cast for Ghost in the Shell, especially the TV series Standalone Complex, is fantastic. Okay, for sure.
Yes, we have heard Johan in the dub.
Yes.
He is plenty creepy.
Yeah, I've watched about 30-ish episodes, maybe 30-plus episodes of Monster in the dub, and I'm very much a fan of it.
Yeah, okay, so Hinamatsuri, apparently, Emily from Lian Li, she does Anzu.
Yeah, that still freaks me out. I'm like, wait,
what?
What?
Okay. Like, which is really fitting, too, because there's the part where she has to sing, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So it's like, that's why they cast her, you know?
But then she's, like, not supposed to sing well.
Right,
you know?
right. But then she would know, actually, how to sing badly intentionally, right?
Yeah.
School Rumble is 2004. Oh, okay. So that's not that old. That's not that old, actually.
Most Ghibli movies are at least serviceable in the dub.
Yes,
Like-
yes.
like-
Almost all Ghibli movies have pretty good to great
Mm-hmm.
dubs. Yeah, for sure. Oh no, we're not talking about the Haikyuu dub here, Yachi.
Wait.
We are.
Wait.
I am very aware of the pain that is the Haikyuu dub.
She's also Hayasaka in the Kaguya dub?
Wait, what?
Okay.
Wait, who is? Who is?
Emily, apparently.
No.
That's
No
hilarious.
way.
That's-
Emily, what?
That's wonderful. I mean,
What are you doing?
Like, it,
Your
it won't,
career? What the heck? That's
like-
awesome.
it won't be enough to get me to watch the sub over the dub, you know, like,
You mean the dub over the
or
sub?
the dub over the sub. Yeah, as a rule of thumb, because the sub, my God, it's so good. But I really want to check that out now.
Yeah, Yachi. Yeah, we know. Yeah, Haikyuu is. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
it's sad. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yes, no cuts.
Oh man. Okay. So there's a lot of good ones here that show-wise the shows have a lot of reputation stuff, but then you guys are being like, no, check out the dubs for them too. Okay. If we're going by old anime, I'm still a fan of Ranma, One Half, Slayers, and heck, even Rurouni Kenshin had some amazing moments. It even features a young Steve Bloom as the main villain in the second season.
Cool.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
someone that I played D&D with did a character that was basically just a Slayers character, and he sometimes would like show clips of Slayers as like reference, and the Slayers dub sounded like not bad, especially considering how old it was.
Right. Yeah. For sure. The Kaguya sub is S tier for voice acting in general. Yes.
Yeah, like it's
Shout it from the rooftops. Yep. Kaguya Sama Love is War has one of the best just voice acting cast everything in it.
like I feel like
Scushy, you know?
Right.
like
that's
that's so good.
that's I think the kind of thing that is a good comparison for what a surprise it was, even though Kaguya and Konosuba came out around the same time.
Right.
Of what a surprise it was for the dub for Konosuba to be as good as it was. Because imagine if the dub for Kaguya came out and it was actually amazing. Like that would totally
would
blow
be
your
like-
mind, right?
we would be like-
because
Wait, what?
it's Kaguya. Kaguya
Yeah.
is like is gold in the sub, right?
Yeah. You honestly really want a Vinland Saga dub?
Ooh.
But that means we're probably going to be in a world where it's 5 years or 6 years from now and there's no second season of Vinland Saga.
we can get it.
That's usually
also-
when the dubs come out, is when they're basically like, oh, there's not going to be any more in the sub.
not
So we know how
necessarily.
much work we're actually going to do. So, yeah.
Also-
I just want more seasons of Vinland Saga.
I do too. Also, apparently, and I haven't checked this out yet. I don't think it's out yet. It might be. I'm not sure. 'Cause they did the Blu-ray release, but I want to watch the Domestic Girlfriend dub.
No.
I
no way.
want-
How is that a thing?
It's a thing. I saw ads for it where it's like, and I got to see them talking in English of like, I slept with, I lost my virginity, but turns out she's my stepsister, and my teacher that I'm in love with is my stepsister.
Q in chat. What are you doing, step bro?
Right.
memes?
Like,
God damn
I'm not
it.
sure if it's released yet or if it's still in production, but oh my god, I want to see it. Man.
That'd be funny to do like one-off reactions of like really memey shit like that, where it's just like, oh, here's an episode of Domestic Girlfriend in the dub. We react to it, just dying laughing. Oh my god! Remember when Interspecies Reviewers had a dub? Good times.
Wait,
Wait, what?
really?
They gave a dub to that? There's no way. There's no way.
What are you doing, step bro? Your sister.
Oh my god. I need a historically accurate and multilingual Vinland dub. Old Norse and French and English. That would be badass.
That would be amazing.
That would be so freaking
That would
cool.
be really awesome.
That would make it one of like if they did it well, like that would make it one of the best dubs because that's really rare. Oh my god. That reminds me of one of the movies we actually watched recently, Sword of the Stranger has Chinese and Japanese
Yep. Mhm.
in the well, there is no dub of Sword of the Stranger. I
No,
believe.
there is.
Oh, there
It's
is?
actually pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
One of
cool.
the other few roles that Marika Hendricks has in anime, actually.
Oh,
She's the axe wielding one of the Chinese soldiers.
right. So
She
pretty
has
forgettable.
She
but-
has like 4 lines,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but that's how unfortunate. Like that, like she really doesn't have much of any other roles in
That's
anime.
sad. Yeah. Ghost Hunt. What is that? It's not
Oh,
the
wow.
best dub in the world, but in my opinion, I think it's great. The main cast voice actors for Mai Taniyama and Kazuya Narushibuya are Jeremy Lay, okay,
Oh,
and
I
Todd Haberkorn.
I
It was
think
one of
that's
my
just
first
Ghost
anime,
Stories.
so I may be biased, but I think it's good.
Maybe it's different because that's Ghost Hunt, not Ghost Stories.
It
But
says Ghost Hunt, so I don't think that's Ghost Stories.
okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Because they said it's not the best dub in the world, which means it can't be Ghost Story.
oh right, of course, yes, naturally.
Funimation didn't realize Interspecies was that close to hentai until episode 3, LMAO, so only 1 episode of dub was released.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Wow.
funny. That's so funny. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So we got quite a few in here. So of these anime that you guys have recommended to us, of all the ones that we have like yet to watch, which are the ones that you're like, no, these are the must watch in the dub? Like, you must watch it in the dub. What are those shows for you? Ones that we have not seen. This is kind of a cool little polling technique in that regard as well. I think I already know one of them that's going to be mentioned in general,
Yeah.
because it's one that a lot of people have really been wanting us to watch at some point, and it's one that has a particularly well reputed dub. Fooly Cooly.
Interspecies reviewers. No, it's
Cool.
just the first episode.
There it is. Yu Yu Hakusho. Yep, that
Yep.
was the one I was pretty sure was going to happen. Yep. The only must watch in dub for me will always be FMA. Okay. Fruits Basket's dub is really good, but I don't have to call it must watch. Yeah, we're kind of conceding eventually that Fruits Basket is going to be we'll watch it in sub when we end up watching it, but then we'll just watch in our own time on dub as well. As in, you haven't seen the anime at all. Yeah. Ones that we haven't seen at all.
Nana, Black Butler, Oren.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. And then Yu Yu Hakusho, Oren. No, there's never going to be a dubbed Monogatari. That's never going to happen. There's no way.
Never watched Record of the Lotus Wars, but I mean, yeah, it would be a very D&D anime because it's based off of a first edition D&D campaign.
Yeah. Yeah, Fruits Basket remake and Orin High School Host Club, hands
School
down.
Rumble.
School Rumble, then. Okay, yeah. Kuwabara's voice is too good in the Yu dub.
Great Pretender. Interesting.
Great Pretender. Someone, I think, messaged us on Patreon about that recently. Yeah, they were like, hey, check out The Great Pretender. I was like, okay.
Fooly Cooly. I think I'm not sure because I watched 3 episodes of Fooly Cooly and my brain kind of melted, but I can't remember if it was in the dub or sub. I think I might have tried. I know I tried out both at the very least. But yeah.
5 centimeters per second? That's the movie, right?
Yes.
We've seen that.
Yeah, there's technically like 3 short films.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 centimeters per second is good. Also, Your Name also has a quite good dub. Like, and okay, here's something that's actually a good point to bring up about the Your Name dub. So one of the things that's kind of common when you have dubs of shows is that they dub some things, but then other things can't be dubbed. Like for instance, in
sure.
in Toradora,
Yeah.
there's a part where 2 characters are on stage and they're singing. They still have the Japanese song because it's hard to translate songs into a different language and still have it match lip flaps and things.
Yep.
Haruhi did that in one episode. Is a side note thing.
It is pretty impressive, yeah.
But for Your Name, now granted these are background tracks, but they redid all of the tracks that have like
It was like good production.
right. It's
Yeah.
good production because of course it's Your Name, right?
Yeah.
But that's it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. Great Pretender is anime of the year, low key.
Damn.
What? What even is that one? Great Pretender. I think I've heard of it before this stream, but I'm trying to remember Where and how? Okay. Cool. I'd argue Yusuke is my favorite dubbed voice, but I have a soft spot for Chuck Huber in Yu Yu Hakusho's dub. Wow. It's that good, huh? Okay.
All right.
Dang. Great Pretender can't beat ReZero second season for Anime of the Year, but damn, is it good. Oh, okay. It's a Wit Studio original, a pretty good one, too.
That does catch my attention.
Yeah, that catches my attention, too.
Okay. First off, Wit, stop working on things that aren't Attack on Titan and
It's an
Vinland
original
Saga.
on Netflix. Oh,
Okay.
okay. Anime about a con artist. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, I think I have heard about that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's good to know. I don't think we've actually been really hard shilled for Great Pretender before this stream, so that's good to know that it is one that you guys are interested in, too.
It has Great Pretender by Freddie Mercury as the ED.
Oh, that's funny.
That's cool.
That's funny. Oh, that's fun. Like, fun and funny, actually. Okay. Nice. Okay, sweet. Well, y'all, thanks for giving us all these recommendations, though.
Yeah.
These were really good. Yeah. Awesome. What if Mappa and Wit decided to do an alternate version of Attack on Titan Season 4? What? No.
Yeah, anime original endings are a different thing, and we can talk about that when we do our Bleach podcast that we're definitely going to do at some point.
No, say it ain't so, Joe. No, please don't make me. Don't make me. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast on Mondays here, y'all. Remember, we do streams every weekday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
So check those out. We've got our dramatic One Piece manga volume readings on Tuesdays. So tomorrow, see you there for that. On Wednesdays, we've got my Dark Souls streams. On Thursday, we've got Jacob Gaming streams,
Yes.
which might be doing new stuff maybe soon.
Well, so this Thursday, I'm going to be doing more Fall Guys, but this will be the last stream of Fall Guys.
Ooh.
So make sure to show up so that you can hear the announcement firsthand of what the replacement will be. Because the
Nice.
replacement is kind of an awesome game that you guys are going to be very stoked about.
Ooh,
So,
cool.
just-
I'm excited.
Just saying.
I'm excited.
Just
and
saying.
then back on Friday again for more Dark Souls. Check that stuff out. Also check out the highlights that are coming up on YouTube. One was just uploaded today. It was really fun. And then also, if you have a sub, for Twitch Prime, just kind of sitting there, you want to have Bezos send us, a few bucks or whatever, you can do that.
If
You
you-
get a cool magnet and access to our private Discord.
Exactly. If you somehow dodged all of the subs that went out
That's true.
today.
All the subs that Rafflecopter just spun into chat there,
Yep.
that was
Yeah.
quite the thing. So that's there. If you got gifted a sub, the way you sync your Discord and Twitch accounts up is you go into your Discord account settings, and there is an integrations tab. I believe that's it, and then you just link up the two accounts there. It's pretty simple. If you need to Google it, just Google linking Discord and Twitch accounts up. It will automatically put you into the Discord. You do not need an invite link then.
Right.
So check that out. And check out Jacob's sci-fi novel. Link in chat right now.
That's right.
Exclamation BL.
It also has a great dub. There aren't any voice actors for it yet, but it's in English and it's good. Links in chat to Amazon where you can look at it and all that stuff and purchase.
Yeah. So until then, see you in the next one. But we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
Next time.
All right. Cool. But is it Tuesday yet, boys?
Not yet.
It's gonna be Tuesday.
Oh,
It's gonna
boy.
be May. Caleb, we do the rest of the Dark Souls series after this one. We'll see, won't we? We will see. The main thing you can be certain of is that I will eventually stream Cyberpunk 2077 when it comes out. So, just keep that in mind.
Awesome.
Keep that in mind. Yeah. Jacob, have you done an audio reading of your book?
I have not yet because I'm kind of terrified of it and I would want it to actually be in studio grade audio
Makes
kind of
sense.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm also torn whether I would want to just get someone else to do it if I did it.
Sure.
Yeah, lots of debates and questions and things like that.
Totally. Yeah. Because there's like those very key scenes where you'd want to have like that,
Exactly. Like
emotion.
I would want to make sure that the person who's being